water conservation are those measures that we take to reduce the use of water. Water is an extremely valuable resource. Most of us don't treat it as if it is because it's so cheap for us. But even though it's cheap right now, in the future it's going to become very expensive. So we'd be wise to start practicing water conservation so that as the future comes, there'll still be plenty of water for us all. Really about two uses of water that we have. We have water that we use outside for our landscape, and then water we use within our house. Both areas can be conserved. In the summertime, 60% of your water bill goes for your lawn. That's just crazy when you actually stop and think about it and the kind of water bills that people are paying. The very best way we found to conserve water outside is to start using native plants or water smart plants.
Water smart plants are a great solution for landscapes in the greater Houston area. They're adapted to the local conditions, which means they can stand our periods of drought and our periods of rain. So they're plants that have habitat value. They're mainly a lot of our native plants, and we have a wonderful array. But the main thing is they don't require the addition of chemical fertilizers or pesticides, and they maintain their beauty with much less work than traditional ornamental plants. Now, besides that, they are very attractive because they have bloom times like any other plant that we're familiar with. The flowers, the grasses, all the perennials that are used in water smart landscapes, they're just as beautiful as any garden or any landscape.
So really consider, when you start thinking about the fall planting season and the spring planting season, search for native plants. Search for those water smart plants that really don't require extra water. And the second use of water is inside the home, and that's in your sink, your dishwasher, your washing machine, your bathtub, your toilet, your shower. And every single one of those areas have new technology, new appliances, new devices that can conserve water. You can install a low-flow shower head, and your 5-minute shower turns into probably less than 5 gallons of water instead of the 20 or 30 we usually use. You can install a low-flow toilet, and now they're very acceptable even though they flush just a little over a gallon per flush. We don't turn the water on in our bathroom sink when we're brushing our teeth. Silly, but over a day with a family of 4, that represents some water. Same thing with your kitchen sink. Don't turn on your water for everything. Wait till you really need it and then use it all at once. A lot of people believe that a little leak in the toilet, a little drip from the sink, why bother with it? It's not that big of a deal. And besides, I'd have to call a plumber, and it's just too much money. Well, first of all, it's incredibly easy. Even I can repair the innards of my toilet. It's possible to check the leak in the toilet by lifting the back of the toilet tank and dropping in just some food color. If that appears in the bowl of the toilet, you have a toilet leak. It may be completely silent and you don't know it. Fix it. Go ahead and fix it, even if it cost a call to a plumber. Same thing with your bathroom sink. Fairly easy to replace the washer, and that's usually all it is a washer problem. The water cycle has been active on Earth as long as we've known about Earth. It's where water falls from the sky as rain. It gets absorbed into the ground. It also flows into lakes and creeks and rivers. Then it evaporates up into the clouds, and then the clouds rain again on us. We are still drinking the same water that the dinosaurs drank millions of years ago. What we typically think of is that water has an endlessly increasing supply for us. Not true at all. In fact, about 20 to 30 years into our future, the only water we're going to have in our bayous and in our rivers and in our streams is water that has come down to us on the Trinity River through the wastewater treatment systems north of us. So depending on what season of the year and how much rain has come down, it is very possible that 30 years into the future, the only water we're going to have in our bayous will be water that was wastewater from Dallas. I almost am fearful to think of what my grandchildren are going to have for water. So another great reason for water conservation, a fabulous reason, is that we want to save those good water supplies as they are, intact, and not only have the option of having wastewater that flows in our bayous and in our underground areas where we try to pull water from to purify. So the future is why we want to conserve.